Hi, this is Mary Bacon and welcome to my Pregnant, Fit and Fabulous YouTube channel. In today's video, I want to talk about mental health and also share with you how I coped when I was a mum of two girls and they were both very young, and what I did to help me stay mentally, emotionally and physically stable. So I was a child bride and got married at 18 and then had my children at 20 and 22. When I had my second daughter, I felt that I really needed to have an outlet of really coping with everyday life and also managing my stress levels, because my second daughter didn't sleep through the night. In fact, she never slept for 10 months, and I was really not coping. So I was going to seek help at 10 months, and I gave it one more week, and I thought, if she doesn't sleep this week, then I'm going to go and get some help, because being sleep deprived is really, really difficult, and making decisions became difficult. And being there for my husband was, it was okay, but at the same time, he wasn't the kind of husband that would come home and take over the house or the children. Being European, I always made sure that there was, you know, food made and dinner was done and the house was all in order. So I was quite an exhausted mum when I had my two girls. So to cut a long story short, what I found helped me was just going to the gym. And as soon as I had my second daughter, 6 weeks into having my baby, I said, that's it, I am just going to go to the gym and make sure that I stay fit and healthy. And that was my outlet. So I would go at 9 o'clock in the morning, 9:30. I would drop the kids off to the creche and I would do 2 classes back to back. And that's not being neurotic, or that's not being obsessive or anything like that. It was just, for me, those 2 hours that I had at the gym, it felt like I was away from my children for half a day. Mentally, it just gave me that much of a break. So I got the endorphins up. I felt good about myself. I felt confident that I obviously exercised and I ate well and I looked good. So that was my way of saying that I'm doing something for myself. But also I felt that if I stayed at home and just got ratty with my children and snapped at them, that obviously wasn't going to be any good for them, but also emotionally for me, I would have felt like I was being a bad mum. So I would pick up the kids from creche and then I would go home and I have a nice healthy meal as well. And then of course all the daily chores, or shopping, cooking, cleaning, washing, the whole thing that us mothers do. I did that really well. So eating was really, really important to me, and I was quite naive, I guess, when I had my kids, because there wasn't all the information available back then like we do now. We have so much on social media. You can just Google anything these days and find out what you can or cannot do. However, back in my days, 30 years ago, I felt, well, I don't know that I felt lost, but there just wasn't anything there. So I would have normal healthy breakfast and then I would go to the gym, do those 45-minute classes times two. Back in those days, we used to have step aerobics and I just loved it. And because I was mentally focusing on the choreography of the class, I wasn't really thinking about what my children were doing. And also I entrusted the care of the gym and the staff that was caring for all the children. So that was my outlet. And then when I'd get home, I would be a better mum and the children would go to bed for an hour or so. And of course, that was kind of like, okay, let's get dinner ready so that I can prepare it later on. I think also exercise really helped me with being a better wife as well. My husband was diabetic, type 1 diabetic, so he would come home often with sugar being so low that he couldn't even say hello, or he couldn't even think straight, or I couldn't even offload on him to say, honey, like I really had a rough day or any of that. He would just come home and go like, don't talk to me, I just need some sugar, I need to bring my insulin down, or I need some food to bring my blood sugar level up. So I felt like a lot of the times I felt like I had three children, and you know, having one big child, which was my husband, and then of course my two kids. So I didn't suffer mentally, but I also but I felt the load of it. So I felt like I had to find something to help me cope, and exercise and doing, you know, recipes. I would just look at cookbooks and just experiment with loads and loads of different recipes. So I am a bit of a foodie, and I'm a bit of a cooking buff. Is that a good word? Cooking buff? I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, I would just do all this gourmet food, you know, and that was my way of coping. But if you are struggling with mental health or emotional health, reach out to someone, or in the comments below, share your story or suggest what you are finding that's working for you, so that we can share with the other mums what is working for them. But if you have any other questions, let me know and I can help you out. And what kind of exercise is also good for you to help you with that mental and emotional stress and physical feel good? It's up to you. Sometimes I find maybe yoga for some people is really calming and soothing, and if that is your choice, then go ahead and do that. Qigong is really good therapeutic form of exercise. It's a mild form of movement. It sort of comes from the Tai Chi family, but it's got sort of movements and breathing techniques that can actually be very soothing. Pilates, it's a good way of doing exercise as well. For me, being an A-type personality, I have to get that endorphin kick. I have to be drenched and sweaty before I feel like I've done something. So whatever your thing is, just make sure that you do something and eat right. Don't skimp on meals. And you know, if you're breastfeeding, make sure that you have good nutritious food, and also variety of that as well, so that your milk supply is high, but you're also feeding your baby with good nutrients. If you have any other issues around lower back issues straight after the birth of your baby, go and see a physiotherapist or a massage therapist. I know for me, with my clients, I'm a very hands-on trainer, and I do a lot of trigger point therapy, and so I release their hips or neck or whatever it might be, and off they go. They can exercise to their heart's content. So I hope this video helps you, and if you have anybody that is needing this information, pass this video on to them, and please subscribe or share it with your loved ones, and hopefully we'll get to see you the next time. Until then, this is Mary Bacon. Hope you have a happy, fabulous day, and chat soon.